Hello everybody and welcome back to Anno 1800. Looking here at a quaint metropolis. Well, we have to change that now at some point since, well, attractiveness is embarrassing low. The town center though looks better and better, and what we can see here already is that the World's Fair is ready for completion, so we should do that right away. And yes, we paid a pirate there as well, a bit of money, just a little tip here and there to keep her happy. And we do want to find the quest lines there for her. Phase 5 completed, monument finished the phase, and with that we also finish the great exhibition quest here for the queen. And yeah, let's do this. Oh, I get to the menu there right away, but there we have it, a beautiful World's Fair monument now.
Be the finest city in the whole of my empire.
Beautiful, beautiful building. We do know it already, so we do have now 3 major monuments there close side by side. That's pretty cool. I think that's a premiere that we have here. And what we need to do now is sail to Extravaganza steamer and receive a gift. So let's have a look. Where do we have that extravagant steamer? Oh, it's here actually. And we do have some ships close by. I don't know why, but we should get the gift right away. Let's sail with our ship of the line over there, and then we receive the gift. Now that's something. Also, what happens in the meantime is we do have our expeditions up here. So the archaeological one and the rescue mission, the 3-star one, and it's looking not good for them. Let's have a look. In the grasp of the tentacular, could it be the kraken? And we outrun the thing. 50% chance, that should be fine. And yes, we actually do get a bit of morale there back, a powerful spurt of propulsion, and that we escape. So that was rather easy, but we know that, of course. So I'm not going to read all of them anymore from now on. It gets a bit tedious there. We have seen all the expedition windows there now quite some time, or quite a few times actually, and in that case here I'm going to read it if I don't remember it. Other than that,
most welcome.
Visitor wants to give you something. That's not her, right? Oh yeah, that's her actually. And we get Fernando and we get Susanna, bright woman, so I think we already have her. Clockmakers and jewelers, attractiveness +8, extra goods, occasionally produces extra gold, and crafting bonus for the expeditions. And this one here has a diplomacy bonus for expeditions. So that's the major thing I want to use them for. Affects resident happiness +10. Just some residents, you know. I don't know if that is too important. Do we actually have 2 of her now? No, that seems to be fine, right? So in that case here, having that, and we still have now the Capone Roost, and build a museum and the Scepter of Capone that we need to shine there. Now the other thing, rescue mission, 3 skulls. Dockyard dupe, robbed. Having thanked the generous innkeeper, your ship departed what seemed a most hospitable port. Even at the time, your crew were surprised to see so many smiling faces gather at the dock to wave you off. A mere hour into the onward journey, however, it's discovered that a great deal of valuable property is missing from the hold. You must now decide if it's worth going back for. Well, I don't know what is missing. Return and plunder the harbor. Yes, let's do that. And Swift Justice, we actually get 10% morale there again, so over 50. Swift Justice and the petty harbor defenses crumble in the morning light. Your ship streaks unopposed into what remains of the smoldering harbor and turns its guns upon the harbormaster's office. Please take anything he helps. You'll find all your things in a warehouse and more besides. Your profit from a scheme that has been running for years.
Not the worst manifest.
And thus we continue. Unfortunately, I haven't seen now what we have found there, but we probably would see it then at some point. Now, there was the war with Miss Hunt. We are at ceasefire there once again with her. She's not really able to take anything there from us. I think in the old world, what we might have, yep, over here she's got this island here and she's got this island here, but this one here I'm actually purchasing. Let's get the next share for this one here and the next share for this one here. We can do that. We do have enough influence there. And taking the next shares here from her. So we probably will put her on one of these islands then her by herself. And that's it. The other thing though that I've noticed is that the anarchist is getting really strong by now. So he's building up a fleet here. That's not me. That's actually him. And he's building up a smaller fleet there. Probably fighting against Miss Hunter, hopefully. Hopefully not against us. Now we haven't received a new quest there. I want to see the menu with him so we can flatter him. Oh, that was not successful. Give him some money. Wasn't successful either, but we could ask for a quest. And he doesn't have a quest for us. So he's really good for nothing at the moment. How are the pirates looking? Can we do something here? Medium high. Certain, very good. Can we go for anything higher there? Nope. Unfortunately, not at this point.
How could I possibly?
But we can improve our relationships there with Sean as well. So I think at 50 we start with the trade rights. That's going to be interesting then for sure. Now, the other thing that we need to do, as you can probably see already, I have placed a little botanical garden over here. Now, I don't know if I used it correctly, but there is this mod where you can, you know, place buildings or these tiles out of the botanical garden outside of its direct connection, so they no longer need a direct connection. So that makes it possible to have the botanical gardens, the museum and the zoo and stuff like that on different islands there as well, as long as it's within its radius. Now that is a problem though, because the radius is not very big. So in that case here, I've tried something like this. I hope once we've, you know, filled all the tiles here, it's going to look a bit more beautiful. I like the music pavilion though, so it's kind of like engulfed in this beautiful waterfall there. So this is a beautiful scenery that we have here right now. The good thing is though, we are not limited to one botanical garden only like with the palace. So we can have several of them, and I'm going to use that. So this is the first botanical garden that we have. We're probably going to have one over here then too, where we have lots of space for a bigger one if we want to. Something that I definitely want though is a museum, and we need that soon now. So the Capon's roast, this one here, the final quest I think for the queen, and I want to have that somewhere here closer to the center, right? But of course there's the question what to delete. Now in that case here, I've decided this area here is a good one. First of all, it is close to the center enough, so we still have engineers around it then. And the second one is that it looks just nice in here with the waterfalls in the background, and we have lots of space here. Plus, I don't need all these workers here. Now, I also don't need the brick factory here anymore and the lumberjack, so I can actually just get rid of them. I know it's not optimal in that case here, but I no longer want to have them here close by. And we can then just build a beautiful big museum here. The other thing is that we still need to think about is though that I'm going to lead now lots of these workers here. We don't have that many workers, but we have lots of farmers. So let's upgrade a few more farmers over here. We can do that and get a bit of that workforce back again. The same thing over here. I think we have, yep, lots of farmers there. And as we can see, farmers pushing up there again. Now lots of farmers want to upgrade. We can definitely upgrade the farmers here, close to the city there, more or less, or within the city, that is. These guys here too, that looks nice. And I think, yeah, that's actually pretty much already. These guys here perhaps still, yeah, very good. So that we have now lots of workers, so I can get rid of these buildings here. Going to hurt me a bit there, I hope not too much. What we actually have there is a church. Now I don't want to delete that church here, so we're going to have it over here. There we have a beautiful space, and we can actually kind of like make a, well, a smaller ornament area out of this one here. So we do have the church there in the middle, then we have a little entrance there. We still have the dirt roads here. I'm still uncertain if I want to actually have a second railway going for the passengers then. Now in that case here, having a few ornaments around it. Oh, and the expedition there, the archaeological one. Let's have a look at that real quick. Apostate, the crew needs some common ground. Encourage the apostates to have some faith, or convince the zealots to be more tolerant, plus 10%. And your representative, choose the words carefully. That was a success. I mean, it was neutral. We didn't lose anything, but we didn't gain anything. But so far, that's fine. So we're still on track there. And here, let's see what we can actually squeeze in here between that. So we do have, for example, some statues there in front of the church there. Why not? A few beautiful churches there. Ornaments there. That's something we want. And the other thing is perhaps, well, yeah, some flower beds beside the church there might look nice. We could also have, let's see, let's have some flower beds here and there on the back, and in the corners let's have some trees there, right? Why not?
Things did seem to be moving speedily.
And plus here we can still squeeze in some trees there. So in general we can do that as well here, so that we got lots of space, as we can see, for those trees. And the same thing, nope, there it's fine, but there we got a few more trees then in here. Beautiful looking. And there we have now a church in that regard. And now we can get rid of all of that here, right? So we don't need that. We don't need, yeah, let's get rid of this block here too, even though it might hurt a bit there. Long term wise, I think it's just better. There we still have the marketplace. Now that I will need though. I could squeeze the marketplace in there though. And the school, let's have the school over here for now. shouldn't be too bad there, hopefully. We still have some trees there. Here. And here. And that is a good, beautiful, big location there, actually, for a museum, right? So in that case here, let's build us a museum. Right, so let's start off with the main building here that we have here again in the center, kind of. Then it has a decent connection, of course. We could probably throw a well in here or something like that. Also here then. And then, now we don't need to connect them once again to the building directly, you know. It just needs to be within its vicinity. And once again, we can have several museums. So this might be our first one only, you know. We don't need to have them. And look at that. We can now place them wherever we want to. That makes it quite easy, actually, to build something in between. You know, so some streets or something can be... Actually have, let's see, construct building in modules. Let's build the building first. That is the first step of it. Right, so we need to get that attractiveness up there, and right now it's pretty low. Well, let's have a look here what we have. Now we do have these ornaments here as well. We don't even need modules at this point, as far as I can see. So we might just have like some beautiful gardens there in the center as well. And then we have these pavings there. Now with these pavings there, I can then start going up here. Right, you're lucky the museum has a good symmetry here, so we can have the a double tile paving there in the middle. And then around that we have the module. So let's build the exhibitions first, and then we might just have something else like a smaller garden or something like that. Or in the center, actually, wait a second. Might just go for something in the center there. Right, and then here we go over. Oh, wait a second. How big is a plot? Yeah, let's actually have one here for now. Then we go up here. And then here we go around it. And then we can have something in the middle there, like a smaller garden, like one of these gardens here. Let's see. I like the blue one. So we might just have the blue one there. A maze is interesting too, because it's a museum after all. So having a maze here actually makes some sense to me. But let's have the blue ones. And let's make them beautiful there. So we can have it like that. I like the style of this. I think that's looking pretty neat. Perhaps we can still go up here as well, making that arch complete. Yeah, that might be possible. But in that case, let's see. I mean, I want the blue one. We could have it like that too. Right, like so. Yeah. Having it here. And then we continue with the paving here in the middle. Here we then have a smaller gathering ground, you know, so with a well or something like that. I like that we really don't need to have any connection there. We also have the music pavilion for the museum. I don't remember that from last time, but well, why not? Let's have some fountains there. Let's see. Over here we have them. The Fountain Plaza. Having two here, side by side. And actually, wait a second. We might just have... with the paving there... Oops, not that much though. No, having these parks there in the middle looks much better in my opinion, because we formed this circle there. And look at that, Hugo Mercier offers a pickup quest. Sausage. Something to do with sausage. A sample of anarchy. Sail to Mercia's revolutionary clipper. That's over here actually. Alright. Let's take one of our cargo ships for that. And let's sail over there. Doing a quest there for... I think this is a good kind of quest that makes our relationship a bit better again, since we, you know, went in a totally wrong direction the last time and we failed. And in this case here, now we have the chance of making it good again. Now here, I want to have another plot then on the other side. So here, so that we have two plots then, and we can have a pathing going in here and over there. And around the garden, we might actually have some benches then or something where people can sit, right? So let's have a bit of a room there in between. And here we can then connect again, so that we make it look a bit symmetrical overall. And here we can then continue, yeah, with the plots. And the plots we can have around that, right? In that case, might make sense, right? This is looking fine. There we can have something now. Let's see. Something green as well, something for ornaments, some hedge or some trees. Do we want to have some trees? Definitely some benches there where people can sit. Right, close to the gardens there. On either side. Then we have these kiosks. So in these, I kind of imagine these are like for food, you know, of course they're for newspaper and stuff like that. But in my opinion, or in my mind, my fantasy, I kind of like keep them as a, yeah, sausage selling, drink selling, something like that, where people can purchase something. And there in the middle, let's see what we can have there. Perhaps something green, some flowers, right? Flowers might be good. There are the flowers. In between. And since they're blueprinted now, they even have a fence around them. I think they have a fence around them in general. That would be fine. Yep, those are fenced ornaments. Very good. Let's do that. Let's have those fences here too. Why not? Right, so a little bit of a plaza there in the center. And then we have these exhibitions there around it again. So we do have one here. Actually have 3 on that side and then 3 on that side here too.
Really?
He gives us something. Oh. Okay, he just wanted to give us sausage. Well, thank you, Hugo.
Only I'm reporting in.
He just gave us some sausage now. 27 sausage. I don't know what to do with that. I guess I will spend it to the poor. Donate it to the poor, something like that. No idea why he gave me that now. Right, wait a second. Here, we do have the next plots. We do need a paving here too. First, since we want to continue, then over here. And around it, that is just very good. Around it, we're going to have the fence then. Now here, having one plot. We do need lots of plots though, that's the thing. You know, we want to get lots of attractiveness out of that. So we have 2 of them here. But as we can see, we're getting a bit closer now to the end of it. To the end of my museum, that is. So we probably have a few more here. Continue with the paving. Up here, and this is then kind of like where it ends. So we will have the paving around it there once again, perhaps then with some flowers around it. Flowers don't count towards the area of influence here. Perhaps we can squeeze in, yeah, on either side there, or like that. No, let's have it like that. It's a bit symmetrical. So this is a rather small museum actually. Might squeeze in a few here. Problem here is now though that we want to have the fence there. This one here will probably now need a road connection. The same with this one. Right, because the fence is important. Having a fence on either side. There is already the room for that. It's not looking bad. It's just not very efficient. You know, we could have lots of more plots here, but I want to have it full of plots actually. We're just probably going to have another museum then at some point. And in that case here, let's have another fountain then, or a fountain in front of the museum there. And something bigger on either side then. So having the park ornament there, gazebo doesn't look good though. But that here looks better than on either side. There we're closing it off then. Right, let's close it off first, you know, with the hatches, with the straight fences that we have there. In that case here, let's have a fence around it. Right, a little bit later we do have a beautiful fence around the museum, so that's, well, almost everything that we need here. We still have some ornaments here that we can squeeze in. So up here or over here, I actually want to have some trees. Some summer trees that look lush or something like that here. Beautiful. Marking the end for this area here. You know, then we can still have something else here. And here, on that side here, we might actually continue with some trees, some normal trees there too. But in that case here, we will have some, well, flower beds there as well. Let's see, that's looking pretty cool there. Here too. Connecting that. Here we have a bit of a bigger space for something. Something like a bigger, fountain on either side there. We might just have, let's see, a smaller connection going over here. Whoops, not like that. More like one, right? And then we can have some flowers on either side there once again. Not the fenced ones. So in that case here, we're going for a normal flower bed. Or actually, yeah, let's have some benches. I like benches there too. People need to sit somewhere, right? Having benches here in a beautiful location there. And here, well, on this side here, I actually would like to have, let's see, something smaller. Yeah, let's have the normal flower beds there. Closing the sides here off. Beautiful. So that is our museum. Our first museum. Probably going to have another one there anyway. Nice to keep the symmetry. And in that case, I like the park in the middle there. So let's upgrade those things, right? First of all, as we can see, the plots, they cost me a bit of influence there. I think 6 influence for those guys here. The more you build, the more influence they cost over time then, right? So the first plots, they don't cost me that much. And in that case here, let's build the fences there and the kiosks, and now also the paving. Right, the paving is pretty interesting, so it looks like rather bleak when you haven't built it yet, and then it's so bright once you have it. It's a bit strange there, but I think we've got everything now. Very good. So the museum is here, it stands, and well, we can start with the first exhibitions. I think our major or prime exhibition here, the Scepter of Capone, so we're going to have 2 legendaries here starting it off. And there we have it, right? We might actually place the legendary one somewhere else. Do we have enough room to go over there?
People will come from far and wide to behold the Scepter of Capone, the ultimate exponent of my authority.
And she likes that.
My dreams, one's youthful
Behold the Scepter of Capone, an exhibition to show off the reclaimed Scepter of Capone, an heirloom said to run in the blood of Her Majesty and epitomizes the triumph over La Corona at Trelawney, opened its grand doors earlier today. The queuing was endless, for not only was there a lot of denizens of Trelawney in attendance, but curious and patriotic visitors from all corners of the Empire. And she's still really thankful there. We do get a nice firework there. Tribute to a legend, so that would be the last step then, I think, on that one. Alright, let's get over here. Tribute to the legend. And off the ship goes. Conqueror 2, you're honored for this one here. Look at my harbor, I love it, how the ships are coming in and go away again. Beautiful.
I may have been wrong about
Oh.
Upon my return to the capital, I shall have a great big pillar built in his honor.
You shall do that, and we do get some more legendary items for the museum there.
It's high time I return to rescue poor old Archie. He may otherwise start chattering about his bowels. Look after Crown Falls for me, won't you? I only really care for the taxis now.
She's only caring for the taxis, that's good. I'm going to escort her out of our sector there. Oh, not with that ship there though. And that's the end of the Cape Trelawney quest line. So she's going away again, back to Archie. And in that case here, yeah, we'll see her again probably then with the Anarchist once we clash with the Crown again. Escort her out. While she's doing that, we can see that we have more expedition things here. Love Island, so offer a wedding gift. Consumes 1. Yeah, you have something. That is 100%. Let's offer the wedding gift there for that, and we get a reward. Oh, House Doctor. Let's refuse that and continue. It's a very bad reward there, actually. Now, the other thing is rescue mission. Oh, I don't know this picture. Sunstruck, vampirical injuries. The path through the forest was barely visible beneath the lush vegetation. It isn't until they emerge from the pleasant shade of the trees that sunlight falls upon the crew, swelling up the skin of a few crew members with red rashes and throbbing blisters. Surely there must be a scientific explanation for their sudden photophobia. Identify the cause. And looks like your doctor did his homework and he gets it there, and we didn't lose any morale, didn't gain any though, and just lose another 9 morale while we continue on that journey. That's fine. And yeah, we still have some items now we need to put on display there for the museum. And what I also want to do is look at my exhibition here. Architectural marvels, science and innovation. We are going for science and innovation in this case here. It usually has some very cool rewards there. And of course we want to have a sumptuous one. We hopefully have everything for that. Let's go with the sumptuous one. And see, champagne, coffee, tortilla, felt, and cigars. We have most of it. Tortillas, though, I will need to get from the old world there. Oh, from the new world. And there we finished it.
And become a pillar of our nation.
And good riddance. Warden of Trelawney. After great service to both a city and a nation, Valken Delaney has been officially appointed Warden of Trelawney and Governor of Crown Falls at a grand ceremony conducted by Her Majesty the Queen Empress Royal of the Southern Territories. Right. Having finished that, so I know some of you are waiting for the Arctic, so that will be the next major quest line then. Yeah, this one here still, we have the Hogarth, the Harbor Master now, so loading speed 100%. Pretty good for the Harbor Master. We do have our Harbor Master office here, but in that case here, the problem with this one here, as you can see, is, yeah, it doesn't take that many piers, but I can see that most ships are going for these 4 piers here, so we might just use him on these 4 piers there, you know. So it, as you can see, much faster now to process these ships there. That's pretty cool. And let's go back here. So we still have the legendary sword, Admiral Nadaski's saber. Gives us some attractiveness there once again in the center here. And I might just turn it around. So those two are looking at each other now. I think that fits. And then we have, for example, Nadaski's medal. So, let's see. We would like to have a special place for the legendaries. I think the legendaries we're going to keep on those sides here. And then the normal ones over here. So the less important ones. And as we can see, usually there's some buildings there. We have reached now Pleasant Metropolis as well. Aurea coins. The jade pearls. 2 times. That we have, then we have the silken fabric. So those are only buildings, you know. There are of course other items then for that display something else. So here we have the buildings, and then the legendary ones we can keep on these ales here on either side with the beautiful park there. Nice one. Pleasant Metropolis, finished it. We are Warden of Trelawney now, and then we can finally continue now with the botanical gardens and of course our exhibition there. Stay tuned.